Good evening. Ira Epstein with your SPDR ETF stock market wrap-up for this Monday evening, and we're now on June 2nd, 2025. Well, another day where the taco trade worked, That's the Trump, you know what he does? He chickens out of the trades. Trump always chickens out. Take the first letter of all that, and you got it. All right. It's insulting. We'll see what happens, but I'm sure it gets on his nerves. But when you look at the markets, it was an interesting day because that's what happened. The market took the trade, and remember the last two trades, I told you they were changing their approach. The algorithms were starting to pick up, and the pros, hey, buy the break, sell it out later. It generally snaps back. Now, whether the traders held it on for tonight or not, I don't know. The futures are lower in early evening trade, so we'll see. You got nowhere with the U.S. and Iran. Iran is rejecting the deal. Even with the report that came out from the IAEA that they have got 60% uranium grade, that they're getting ready to produce weapons, that they've lied for decades about their production. Iran goes, it's all lies, it's political, there's no reality, we're not giving up our production, it's all for peaceful use. It's not for peaceful use, and everybody knows that. What does the president in Israel do with it? Obviously, whatever Israel does is going to be via what Trump lets them do. That's how I'm viewing it, unless they're attacked. The moment they're attacked, that's it. But there'll be a point where Israel just defends its own interests, and I'm sure behind closed doors, they're going, what more do you need? And then they're all weighing the different options that come out. Energy markets snapped back, even with OPEC giving you more barrels. And the reason is, look at the demand you're going to run into. You're now in June. So the market said, that was the low end of estimates that OPEC would do, and they put a bullish spin on it. Okay, do I think we're going dramatically higher? No. We'll see what that offers. In terms of news for tomorrow, well, we're going to get the Red Book weekly retail sales. They've been running 5.5% to 6% increase each week. Factory order data for April, that'll come out at 9. The U.S. Job and Labor Turnover Survey for April comes out at 9. The last numbers we had, there were still 7.192 million jobs out there. Will that number shrink? What does that mean? How will the market interpret it? What's the turnover rate? That'll all be discussed in the morning. And the API will release their weekly member stockpiles data around 3:30 in the afternoon, so we'll see where that's at. And you still have a lot of retail earnings and the rest coming out in the marketplace. So that's basically what you're dealing with at this point in time. So far, the sell may go away. Well, which day in May? Is it May 1st or the end of May? A lot of traders argue which one that is. We'll see. Look at the advanced decline line in the S&P 500 for the month of April and May. You'll see in April you went to a new low, recent new low, and then in May you're at a record high. So the market has snapped back, and this is a market that is people loading up on the long side of the market. In other words, they're buying and they're holding. When we take a look at MP Materials, now, as I explained, these are people in rare earths. They're located and based out of Nevada, and the question is, can they get a rally off of this problem with China? Apparently, Kevin Hassett is saying that the U.S. President, Trump, and the Chinese President, Xi, are going to have a conversation this week. Those conversations can last a bit of time because there has to be interpreters with them. Can the U.S. get anything going? China's argument is by not allowing Huawei to sell chips, are they curtailing it, or Chinese chips to be sold in America? That isn't going to happen. But with NVDA having a new grade of chip, that could come out on the table and be a way to buy certain things. Let's see what the president can come up with. But we need the raw earth materials, rare earth materials. And the reason you need them, they make magnets, they make parts for cars, planes, and so on. We don't produce enough for ourselves. China's the world's largest producer of it. And it can hurt everybody they don't let this out to. So I think they've got the U.S. where they want them on the negotiation. I know you don't like hearing that, but it's what I think. When we look at what the market has done here, lower low, higher high, and the battleground is pretty clear. It's been the 200-day average right to the 18-day average of closes. That seems to be what it's fighting with. When you look at Bollinger Bands, you hit it back here and then you got inside. You haven't hit the upper and lower band in quite a while now. So I still think the story I'm giving you is it. If this market comes down, doesn't take out this low, and then makes a lower low than today and closes higher, you could even get a market that throws out a short-term buy signal in it. So tomorrow's an interesting day for me to be looking at it. In terms of momentum, you had been oversold. You're not anymore. You had an embedded reading, you lost it, but you've hit the moving averages. So the targets have been made, that's not at work. Lilly, for the first time, Eli Lilly is throwing out, to me at least, short-term signals that it's out of its downtrend, it's in an uptrend, and until the market steps back here under the 714.74 level, the market has a good shot of going back up to the upper Bollinger Band, the next resistance point on it. Broadcom just keeps moving up. These companies, Palantir, they're moving because AI is real. Companies are spending money on it, and it's the wave of the future. I use it. I'm telling you, it's the wave of the future. How many of the different programs, I don't care if it's Excel for your basic, Microsoft Word, they're all sending you out, hey, take a course on this because AI is now in them and you can use them. It'll make changes for you. And it does. So it's here, and it's making a change on even those small programs. So when we look at this, the upper Bollinger Band, 250, 263, about $4 higher, that should be the first resistance. Google still has plenty of problems. The question is, what can it do with its AI? Now, I am hearing that they're even getting it to the point where it'll be able to create ads for you. So you can be able to broadcast, do the things you want. The question is, how important is Google, or will some new product come out that disrupts this wonderful product? I don't know. But at this point, it did not participate in the rally. It was down $2.71 today, one of the markets that was lower. It's run into the buzzsaw that I so often tell you. First challenges of a 200, 100-day average and a Bollinger Band. I know you'll tell me it's just going to go through them, and I'll tell you it's rare. And that's exactly what happened. I didn't say it's bearish. It still has a bullish bias as it's over the 18-day average, but it's certainly not in a buy mode the way that I define it. In Netflix, you have your embedded reading. I don't know how high is. I know that each time it hits a Bollinger Band, it pulls back. That's been the pattern. It broke out of this semi-sideways action, and you got over the band for a short period of time. Then you went back to the traditional. You seem to be building the possibility of another base to have another leg up. To do that, I'd like to see more spinning around in the chart, but I am in the bull camp. I'm in the bull camp in all the stock market, all the brokerage firms. You got volume. This is summertime. It's supposed to die off. It's really not doing that right now. Higher lows, higher highs, looking good. Are we going to get to $71 in Robinhood? And why I like them over the others, they're very crypto-oriented. So they get it coming at you in 1,000 different ways, where most of the traditional brokerage firms, they'll handle crypto for you possibly, but they don't really hone in on it. They do. On XOM, Mobile Corp, well, even the rally today in the crude gave you a minor rally here of 75 cents. But here's what I'm watching. Do you see what the Bollinger Bands, what the slow stochastics are doing? It's the wrong word. Both numbers under 20. Both numbers on Friday under 20. Whoops, come back for me to Thursday, both under 20. Let's not hit the wrong things here. And there's Wednesday, not so. So the market has Thursday, Friday, and today. You're embedded, which tells me traders are going to sell this market on any extension of this. They'll come out, in my opinion, if the red line closes over 21, and they're going to look for the 130 level. In stocks, we've pulled back to the support at the combination of the 100-day average in green, the 18-day average. Momentum is down. Not the place to be. The trend is, it tried to lock in a downtrend. It couldn't stay under that 18-day average today. It popped back over it, but this is not the place to be. In the financials, does it get more challenging? Just everything against the 18-day average. I want to repeat, often when markets get this stall after a big move, instead of just correcting, it's a sign it would like to get another leg to the upside. We'll see if that is in fact the case out of the market. In the industrial sector, we've been in a corrective mode. It's minor. Lower highs, right? And lower lows from there to there. You had an embedded reading that was lost. You hit the objective today of the 18-day average. That was the downside target. In XLE, the energy, you were oversold. You've come back to fight another battle at the 18-day average. Now remember, this part of that market are the producers in the sense of the service companies, the refineries, and so on. You can see where they're at. Should the market get over 83.35, you negate the downtrend. It doesn't begin an uptrend on my chart. Gold is making a run in an overbought market where I expect to see the 313.33 level get hit by traders taking money off the table. It too had a heck of a run. It went sideways, and this is what I'm trying to show you in the pattern. And often if you can start coming out the upside, you get another run in the market, and that's where we're at. Silver went bonkers today, up $1.59, 5% gain, as the market just said, why not me? You guys have forgotten about me. You need another strong close like this to call this an absolute breakout. So tomorrow's going to be an important day for me on that. Copper market. Well, I explained to you yesterday what I thought, and it came true today. You had another 2% gain right into the Bollinger Band, and you're overbought. I'd be a little bit cautious there. In the bonds, well, they're not going anywhere. They're caught in here. You've had an uptrend. The market ran into a snag at the 100-day average, got thrown back. It's trying to find support at the 18. I don't see anything in this chart that's enticing. And in the dollar index, when you hit the lower band, I'm hoping it's tomorrow, I expect to see some profit taking. But if you close under this low, it's because the dollar futures are coming apart. So let's see if that works out. Expect to see some short covering and some profit taking in the euro. Now, the euro has its central bank meeting this week. Market widely expects them to cut rates another 25 basis points and open the door for their next meeting in July to do the same again. And that's spurring this currency on as that says, you're fueling us, you're giving us the energy we need to grow the economy, even with the U.S. tariffs. Information. That's what our firms are about. We sit at the Linn Group and we put together lots of information for you. Our newsletters, our price counts that we use so often, the charting service like this. You can try all these out. So go to IraEpstein.com. There's an icon, by the way, here. It'll take you there. Go to the free offer, sign up for what you want. We'll get it right to you. With that, I'm Ira. You have yourself a great evening. Hope you watch the other videos, and I'll be with you in the morning flash update first thing Tuesday morning. Take care.